Did you know if you drop a like and subscribe in the next 5 seconds, nothing will happen but it will put a giant smile on my face? So despite Fortnite Mares introducing the Cube Queen skin in terms of her identity or arrival on the Fortnite Island and physically above it in this spherical condition above the Convergence area or Cube Town, with us knowing greater things are afoot or planned for her now being above here actually bigger in twice the size at least of a normal Fortnite character, and with the arrival of Dr. Slone at the redacted bunker that's open for the first time in 2 years since the start of Chapter 2 in itself on this brand new realm or island of Fortnite, with the Foundation set to find his way back from the Gotham realm, something big's going to be happening to end off this season in itself, as the Cube Queen promised nothing will remain once she's done with her intention, which is also being teased to not only be the end of Season 8 in terms of a live event, but the ending of Chapter 2 overall as we transition either into an in-between state before Chapter 3 or Chapter 3 in itself, which has come from influencers, people high up working at Epic Games such as Donald Mustard, and that's what we're going to be covering all of in today's video, all the brand new surfacing information, and you guys won't want to miss it, so make sure you're sticking around and watching the full video considering so much more is pouring out about this by the day. Supposedly 18.40 being the last update is meant to be coming soon and will introduce not only a ton of secrets in the files to do with the ending of this season or chapter, but a lot of brand new skins, of which you should use code FM1 in the item shop if you're picking them up. Take 2 seconds to enter this code please, as it literally supports me so much as a creator. It goes without saying it'd put a giant smile on my face like I mentioned at the start of the video, but you know what would cheer me up even more, and also my pug Gus, is if you subscribe to the channel too, considering he knows as well that 70% of all eyes on screen right now aren't subscribed. We're aiming for 2.3 million subscribers by the end of 2021, so yep, we need everybody's help right now to take 2 seconds to click that free, bearing in mind, big red button. It has its perks when you turn on all notifications, not only by keeping you notified in the world of Fortnite as soon as anything new happens, but I give 5 subscribers of course every single day, don't forget. So of course if you want to be gifted perhaps even in the very next video, make sure you're subscribing to the channel with all notifications turned on, and then comment your Epic Games ID down below and potentially what you'd like to receive off of me. And yeah, just like that or as easy as that, you could be gifted, shown in the next video in front of hundreds of thousands of eyes to see. But of course with that said, now we need to tell you guys about everything that's set to be upcoming in the world of Fortnite at the end of this season, and welcome you guys ultimately to the brand new chapter, being Fortnite Chapter 3. Before we go any further in the video, and to throw you guys a curveball, what if I asked you if you'd like the chance of winning a free Tesla Model S? Believe it or not, this is now possible thanks to the sponsor of today's video, being Ragnarok Origin. For those that don't know about this game, it's an epic MMORPG available on mobile devices where fantasy becomes reality. The grand launch of the game is expected to be very soon later this year, and they've already opened up pre-registration for its release. The game itself is an awesome anime adventure in an online open world environment, and you are the hero in this fantasy story. Immerse yourself in a vast fantasy world full of mysterious monsters and epic characters to fight and train. Explore the massive diverse environment with stunning landscapes, diverse legendary kingdoms, empires, mythical dungeons and epic castles, all filled with rich narratives and history. In terms of the game's key features, Ragnarok Origin includes hundreds of weapons with improved strike motions, alongside allowing us to meet unforgettable friends and defeat powerful foes along the way of our journey. And let's not forget you can enjoy unique raids, challenges and stories with your friends. Literally everybody plays an important role, whether it be with the tank, DPS or supporter, and many other skill choices to choose from. You can actually choose your own path too, with different missions, events and daily quests. The game itself consists of high quality cute visual graphics, and you're able to grow characters with high freedom to manipulate themselves with 2.5D and 3D views. Instead of a set unrealistic constant scenery, believe it or not, this game features lifelike weather changes. You can customize and upgrade your weapons, armor, magic abilities and more to match your playstyle and defeat your opponents. Take your character's power to the next level by earning and enhancing your abilities, and this will allow your adventure stretched across the continent of Midgard to be that much more epic. So of course if this sounds like it interests you, make sure to click the first link in the video description down below and sign up for pre-registration before the grand release, which of course is also going to be very soon. And of course in doing so, this will allow you to have the chance of winning a free Tesla Model S. Okay, so with everything out the way, diving into the Chapter 3 stuff, the first things that you guys need to note of if you haven't been paying attention to when this season ends, if you go over to the Battle Pass, it of course lands on December 5th, 2021. Rightfully so, people have been speculating we go into Chapter 2 Season 9, considering Chapter 1 did go all the way from Season 1 up to Season X, but this doesn't seem to be the case in this second chapter of Fortnite now, not only because it wouldn't make sense to, with this second chapter in 8 seasons being longer than Chapter 1 in 10 seasons, and of course that means Chapter 2, the most popular stage state of Fortnite from the black hole expanding anyways according to Google Trends was literally over 2 years ago in the ending of 2019. Honestly, time has seemed to fly in Chapter 2 anyways in terms of the island constantly changing its state with no major map changes happening each update but each season. That's unless you're stuck on Fortnite Mobile for iOS or something like that anyways, where you've been presented this map for literally over a year. And just to touch on Fortnite Mobile briefly before we continue with the Chapter 3 stuff, it doesn't look like it's going to be returning anytime soon. Epic Games still can't seem to come to an agreement with Apple, and now Apple are being stubborn instead of Epic Games in terms of not implementing their Epic Direct payment method on these Apple devices anymore. However, one scenario I do see them bringing Fortnite back to iOS or the App Store anyways is with the release of Chapter 3. It would literally cause so much more hype for not only this coming back to the mobile state of the App Store on iOS devices, but Chapter 3 in itself is literally what every YouTuber's talking about right now, as it's literally the thing we're being implied to rather so than a Chapter 2 Season 9 being immediately next on December 5th as we previously showed. That of course begs the question, well, what is Chapter 3 going to entail, and are we going to be going straight into it after Chapter 2 Season 8 instead of something else occurring, whether it be 2 seasons, Chapter 2 Season 9 and Chapter 2 Season X, or something completely different? Well, obviously when discussing this we need to tackle it from all angles, and the first thing I want to talk about is a tweet from Donald Mustard on September 12th where he states the following: "I'm ultra biased, but I've been so excited about getting to Chapter 2 Season 7 for like a long time. I hope you loved it. Chapter 2 Season 8 and the 2 after are maybe my favourite parts." Now pay close attention to the fact he said Chapter 2 Season 8 and the 2 after are my favourite parts. Why not seasons? Alongside him obviously teasing the fact that it's not going to be season paced, it's going to be part based what we go into, a state of Fortnite after Chapter 2 Season 8. Even official Fortnite articles are going with this theme of not really teasing what's next in terms of even a season for Fortnite after Chapter 2 Season 8, as it states in this FNCS post, and the season following or something like that, Chapter 2 Season 8 after that happens. Even though this mentioned the word season, it didn't say Chapter 2 Season 9, so maybe we're going into a complete new reality of Fortnite, considering there's so many characters on the island right now that could destroy this reality. And speaking of that reality in itself, if we take a look again at what Donald Mustard had been changing in terms of his Twitter bio, despite the 0 point in a state of which we've never seen in terms of scenery, he changed it the other day to the following, and as you can see it's John Jones stood in what seems to be Reality 0 according to the location in his bio. Many people initially from seeing this image or teaser for Chapter 3 or what's next, maybe Fortnite Reality 0 is how they brand it, or even Chapter 0 to appeal to the 0 point theme of this revolves around literally everything in Fortnite, the 0 point as also shown in the image. But yeah, people are correlating this to the room of which Agent John Jones went into in the Chapter 2 Season 5 trailer, but these things right here that we can see are not the same as these panels that obviously shoot up, as they almost literally look like these kind of rectangular things with things trapped inside from the Unvaulting event where, you know, we chose what could come back in the loot pool to Fortnite's island in Chapter 1 Season 8. And with this being the most similar comparison, does that mean then we're going to be getting another Unvaulting event, whether we get to vote on what map we go on, whether it's continuing this map, going back to the Chapter 1 map and having some lore happen there, or a brand new completely redesigned one, as yeah, this typically happens when we go from chapter to chapter, as we saw transitioning from Chapter 1 into Chapter 2. And don't forget, this was one of the points mentioned that was more obvious to be contained about Chapter 3 on this list anyways. Chapter 3's island will be completely redesigned, and everything pretty much has come true on here despite Naruto and the mechs or rideable monsters, and obviously the Chapter 3 stuff which is yet to happen. Personally, I think with the characters involved now on our Fortnite island, or in this particular reality of Chapter 2, Dr. Slone being capable of destroying something bigger than the island in itself, we know she could definitely be a threat to the island herself overall on her own. The Foundation, who can not only fly but contain the 0 point in whatever reality he's in, trying to make his way back from the Gotham universe into the Fortnite world. And of course, let's not forget the Cube Queen, and not only the fact that she's hovering above the convergence area that's growing more so as updates pass by the day, but more importantly we need to remember what she promised, or what she said the fate of the Fortnite island would be in the Season 8 trailer, being, well, she'll leave nothing left of this island. It's pretty clear that the Foundation and Slone already opposed each other, considering obviously the Foundation was mad at Agent John Jones after breaking out of this meteor or arriving on the Fortnite island assuming he worked for her, which obviously means the 7, who are also going to be revealed in terms of their location supposedly in Chapter 3, are having their own ideals for what goes on in the universe or universes of Fortnite, which I'm guessing the Cube Queen also opposes or has her own ideas on. Either way, with all the oppositions, the Fortnite island is definitely in for a huge live event, of which we've actually got some developments or leaks in terms of how this is going to be happening. Not only with the Cube Queen eventually breaking out of this spherical prison, or where she's charging her energy with holding cube shards to actually, you know, raise perhaps a bigger version of herself like in the Ice Storm event with the Ice King. And one of those major changes is, yes, we're going to be finally seeing a pyramid-like location permanently in Battle Royale instead of just at the block that we once saw. Data miners have managed to find things in the code in suggesting that yes, there's going to be not only a giant pyramid covering this convergence area, but the tip of it is going to be ending at the Cube Queen. Who knows, maybe that's why she's literally just hovering above here, not really doing much, or so we think anyways, with her actually charging energy to make this capable of pulling such a structure off, as it would be absolutely massive, portrayed also in a lot of other YouTubers' thumbnails on the subject. With said live event occurring though, it's pretty obvious we're going to be going back into the black hole, with tons of things also even pointing toward a brand new chapter or the end of this chapter within Fortnite, as Hypex has pointed out in this tweet, alongside the black hole strings being added back, meaning yes, a downtime state is definitely going to be happening when Season 8 ends, whether it is an actual black hole like we saw previously going into Chapter 2. I do put this on screen in most of my Chapter 3 videos, but feel free to pause the screen right now for a few seconds and soak in the information, considering there is a lot to digest on here in terms of intel. And one final thing I want to mention to you guys, if you actually follow a lot of Fortnite leaks over on Twitter, mine will be linked in the video description down below, and we've just surpassed 10k followers, so make sure to go and follow me over there. There's many people tweeting out fake concept maps and saying it's the reveal of the Chapter 3 map, considering yes, the Chapter 2 map did get leaked like this very early on before Chapter 2 was even known about to be a thing or starting. And all I'm going to say on this subject is don't believe any of the images you actually see unless it's actually from a reliable source or somebody has some sort of inside information, such as somebody like Cypher PK or Tabor Hill, who obviously have talked to somebody at Epic Games who've then said to say in videos, I'll catch you on the flip side, which maybe could be a brand new Fortnite state that we go to out of season, making up for the final two that could have been in Chapter 2. Who knows, maybe this image is actually in the reality called the flip side in itself, or Reality Zero, but I guess we'll have to wait and see in a brand new video I post on the channel, as that's all I've got for you guys today. If you enjoyed or found it helpful or informative, slap a like in it down below, and make sure you're subscribing to the channel with all notifications turned on so that you don't miss that future upload, perhaps where we do debunk all of this. Speaking of other videos though, make sure to click anything on screen right now, interact with any of the things you can click, I really don't mind, but most importantly, hopefully I can of course catch you, yes you the individual still watching, I can see ya, but hopefully in that very next video I do post on the channel.